In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, survival is statistically unlikely. But here I am, armed with a determination and tasked with the impossible. Survive, and maybe, just maybe, complete the mission. Will I triumph against the endless tides of mutants and heretics, or will I just die gloriously in the Emperor's name again and again? Either way, let the carnage begin.
This whole ridiculous journey started out as a need for some challenge after playing for like a few hours, I don't know, and I certainly got what I bargained for.
Let's start at the beginning before I got to this point. The whole goal of the challenge was to get from level 1 to level 30 without dying, and I was pretty confident that I can do so early on. Okay, I need these guys to not perish. I'm gonna be like following the team, making sure we're all good in life. But I added some rules to the challenge to give it some spice. One of those rules being pubs only. I know it doesn't seem like much on paper, but look at it from this perspective. You're at the mercy of 3 random rejects who probably don't have the best situational awareness. Like how this reject decides that now of all times is the best time to pick up their teammate in front of a Plague Organ and Sniper.
Dude! And admittedly, I've also made plenty of dumb decisions that have led to the early end of my runs. Like this one, where my team is in peril, fighting for their lives, and I decide to loot. And that's not the half of it. Some of these deaths are just straight up unfair. Like in this Burlington run, where I and 2 other teammates all get overheaded by 1 crusher. But that is not the end of it. One of my teammates manages to pick me up, but fails to see that that very same crusher is winding up another overhead. And it's so impeccably timed that the literal very frame that I get to my feet, it connects.
And on top of having to deal with pubs, I have to play the highest difficulty that's currently available to me at my level. This means that all of my Burlington runs start with Uprising and skip Sedition straight up. Once I complete that initial Uprising mission, I'll have immediate access to Malice. This is where the runs truly start. Now for the most part, the hardest thing about the Malice section of my runs is the first mission. Most of the gear available to me at this point is frankly garbage. And the talent points I have available to me aren't enough for anything meaningful, so regardless, I gotta carve a path for myself with the gear and teammates that are provided for me at this early stage. And that is a lot easier said than done. No! This is it. This is it, dude. Oh my god. No, dude. I'm cooked. Dude, Burlington 10's dead. God. This journey was going to be a long one, and the path to victory would mainly be built by the talent points that I choose. And at level 5, I'm able to get the first real milestone for the run, and it's crack grenades. The amount of rejects at this level who do not know how to deal with crushers, bulwarks, and monstrosities is so very high that crack grenades alone usually solve this issue pretty early and well into these runs later on. Oh, you've just encountered a group of crushers barring your path. Let's fucking go. We love crack! We love crack! Crack value. You've just encountered a monstrosity. Crack value. Bulwarks. Yeah, you know, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. Can I get a crack value? It is a crack value world, baby. And I am thriving in it. And on top of getting cracks on the talent tree, just a few more levels later and I'm able to effectively generate infinite cracks for as long as I can survive. But as important of a role as the cracks have at taking care of some high priority targets, there is still the matter of dealing with the fodder and the rest of the specials that are present in every game. And this is where the plethora of weapon options that the veteran has available to them comes into play. I have two total rules regarding the weapons. The first one being, I have to switch weapon families every game. For example, if I were to use something like the tactical axes for one game, then I can't use that axe and its respective marks for another game, essentially putting it on cooldown. As for the second rule, the blessings that I acquire for the weapons that I gain can't be modified or switched in any way. The blessings gained from upgrading at Hadron's bench, the various shops, or simply by completing missions and getting a high rarity drop, I can't touch those blessings, but perks are free game, which plays a huge role for the curios that I eventually do equip throughout my journey. Now back on the topic of my mission progression, the missions that I would select would have certain modifiers and secondary objectives attached to them. Both of these things are incredibly important for my progression, because they both give more experience compared to the normal missions, but doing so always comes with risks. For example, the secondary objective involving grimoires can easily lead to my death, which it has, due to the amount of corruption gained from holding the grimoires. So if that's off the table, that only really leaves the scriptures. Where's the knowledge? Knowledge? Oh! Fucking knowledge has been acquired. Everyone is getting a book by the end of these missions. I don't care if they can't read. Hold on. One of you, take the book. Thank you. And I will gather as many scriptures as it takes to get the experience I need to level up, and finally get to heresy. I felt like this difficulty was cursed, and that every time I got to it, I'd face a roadblock one way or another, like this one dude I encountered. Meet Jeff. The game that I played with this dude stood out amongst the rest, due entirely to this guy's behavior and play. He would misposition himself constantly, getting himself downed in the process.
What are you? Is nobody near?
Brother, my man was downstairs on the floor. You gotta, like, pay attention.
Smash! It stays smashed!
Sniper real quick. Never
Dude,
mind,
you
he actually
keep-
hit me for once.
Dude, try not to rush up by yourself.
How about you grow hot? There's no fucking support.
Getting no support, he says.
This guy stinks!
I want to drink a little bit.
And I had to suffer through multiple clutches throughout this game, all while this guy was saying slurs the entire time.
Gotcha.
We're not killing these specials.
Goddamn silly.
Baba Booey.
Talking to this guy was not going to be worth the effort. I still had to run on the line at this point, so I really had to focus up.
There we go. Ori. Go fuck yourself. How about that? Shit talking little weasel.
5 minutes later.
Oh yes, space. This dude, Jeff, is being incredibly toxic. So things quickly take a turn for the worse here. All of my teammates go down, and the insistent yapping of Jeff never ceases.
That baller came right in. Yeah, look at the one who's not here. Yeah. Burlington Fag Factory. Who keeps leaving the team, bitch boy?
Look who's dead.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter about who's down, dumb whole time.
With everyone down and Jeff still yapping in my ear, it was starting to look pretty bad, especially when the Plague Ogre spawned. Despite being low level, I can pull through situations like this due to my overall experience with this game. Darktide has a high amount of skill expression, and since Jeff doesn't understand that, he just falsely accuses me of hacking.
Yep. It was obvious when he didn't fucking take damage from fire.
What?! Thankfully, I've got voice of command and cracks to help me get through this.
Alright, this is just gonna be an easy process.
The problem we run into all the time, Ranger. Dumb shits.
Thank goodness it's the Plague Ogre 2.
As you know, all the time. Yeah, see how he's not taking any damage from any of that shit?
Yeah, I know how to dodge, unlike you.
It's right in your face, you dumb
Yeah, right in my
fuck. There's
face.
nothing
It's
to
called
do.
timing. Something you do not have. You have no timing at all. Or spacing.
Right, so you could just magically blow. Okay. No health, which was gonna trade in the first place.
Guy's just jealous that he does not know how to play. Oops.
Eventually, I make my way to them, get them all up, and progress to the last section of the level. I ran into the last hiccup of the match when both Jeff and his friend Fluffy went down. I get separated from the last dude by a pack of ragers, and he eventually goes down. I deal with the ragers, make a small rotation, and get the rest of them up. I should note that Fluffy didn't say all too much to me throughout this match, and when he did, he was downright playful when I revived him by saying thanks. A stark contrast to Jeff. At this point, finishing the mission is set in stone, and I can finally be free from this abhorrent person.
Hope you all have a nice day. Take care. What's up, you, Jeff? Where is he? Yes.
Blocked!
Despite the unfortunate circumstances of that game, I still managed to pull through, mostly thanks to the voice of command ability, which gave me and my team a lot of survivability when they were alive. And because of the high utility that this ability does have, I pretty much committed to it for the majority of my runs, whenever I did have the chance to acquire it. And with it, I would make my way to Damnation. On paper, Damnation should be the hardest difficulty there is, but I found myself having a smoother experience with this difficulty, more so than Heresy or Malice. It's simply because a lot of the high-level players do populate Damnation, and they generally have a better grasp of the game than the people in lower levels. All I really have to do is play it safe, stick with the team, and win the missions. But alas, the few times that I do make it to Damnation, I still fail, which I partly blame my hubris on at seeing how close the finish line was. And at last, on the 35th Burlington run, I did it. I finally completed the challenge. Finally. Burlington, the 35th. Finishing up this challenge as the veteran was pretty difficult, but I felt fulfilled at being able to complete it in the first place. But the second character for this challenge? Not so much. I'd like to say thanks to the Altered State Adventures channel for that amazing voiceover work in the intro. I'd also like to thank all my members for supporting me. Shoutouts especially to the King of Rats. Last but not least, thank you for reaching the end of the video. It's been a long time coming. Peace out.